Magandang Huwebes sa inyong lahat, ika-15 ng Hulyo 2021 at welcome sa Thursday edition ng The Stock Market Today. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007 at ginagawa ko po itong report araw-araw na sinimulan ko po ng August of last year. And I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. And if you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, or if you have questions or comments regarding the stock market, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. May balita po tayo tungkol sa Aboitiz Equity Ventures at ang resulta ng trading sa ating Philippine Stock Exchange today, July 15. Kalahating buwan ng Hulyo, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. From the Manila Standard, Aboitiz building 7-tower complex in its Batangas Industrial Park. Lima Land Inc., a property development unit of AEB, said it will build a 7-tower office complex at the Lima Estate in Batangas, with the first building set to break ground later this year. Lima is aiming to capitalize on the anticipated boom of business process outsourcing companies outside the NCR. The Lima CBD is the Lima Estate 30-hectare commercial area and the first central business district to rise in Batangas. Lima said that as of June, out of about 46% of the commercial lots within the CBD were sold, with construction slated to start construction by the first quarter of 2022. The company is also developing over 100 hectares of the 794 hectares Lima Estate in the next few months to accommodate more industrial locators. The expansion is targeted for completion by the third quarter of 2022. Now, may I share with you the commentary of BDO here. It says that we have to incorporate the Lima Estate project into our estimates as they await more details. Further development of this site is an upside risk to our NAV estimates for AEV. We have a buy rating on AEV with a target price of 47 pesos. Now, with a 47 pesos target price, that is about a 13 to 14% upside with the closing price yesterday at 41.30. So let's now take a look at what happened to the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. But before we go to the PSEI, let me share with you the comment of Rene Sio. Ang sabi niya, how do you see CLI after stock dividends? So that's a good question actually. So kung titingnan po natin si CLI, nag-declare po siya ng stock dividend noong June 16. Ano po? With an ex-date of July 14, yesterday. So it declared a 123% stock dividend. You see, when a company declares stock dividends, wala po siyang cash out. Unlike the cash dividend na merong cash out. Normally kasi, when a company declares cash dividends, tumataas po ang presyo ng stock because people or investors are willing to buy the stock at a premium as it is giving out dividends. However, sa stock dividends, pwedeng ganun ang mangyari din, no? As in, the cash dividend, tataas din ang value ng stock. Depende po kung gaano kalaki yung stock dividend. In which case, this is 123%. Meaning that if you have 100 shares of CLI before the X date, June 15, then you are entitled to 123 shares more on payment date, June 14. And that is a lot. Kasi usually ang stock dividend 10, 20%, minsan may 25 to 30%, malaki na po yun. Pero 123%, medyo malaki po yan. And kung malaki yung dividendo at tingin nyo nangyari po dito sa CLI. From here, noong June 14, ay yung closing price niya ay nasa 326 lang. Pero, nung nag-declare siya ng stock dividend here, ay nag-shoot up. In fact, it went as high as 445 or more than 50% more or about 50% more, di ba? Pero, ganun lang po yan. Sa umpisa ay tataas po. Why? Kasi, dadami po yung shares ninyo. Okay, let me explain, ano? Sa cash dividend, nagbibigay po ang kumpanya ng cash. Ibig sabihin, merong cost po ang kumpanya. Pero pagdating sa stock dividend, wala pong cash out ang kumpanya. It gives out stocks, but wala po siyang cost doon sa kanyang pamimigay ng stock. Theoretically, what will happen here is that it may dilute the stock price. Okay po? Kasi hindi naman po siya nag-increase in value eh. Nagbigay lang siya ng extra stock dividend. Perhaps the stock dividend is a lot. And that is why makikita natin nag-jump yung stock price. But theoretically, it shouldn't affect the stock price. Bakit? Kasi wala namang gastos ang kumpanya yan. Dumami lang yung shares. And what happens here is nadidilute yung stocks kasi there are more stocks issued. In which case, the authorized or the issued capital stock is 123% more than double. So kung 100 shares ang hawak mo, 123 shares more. And it will just dilute the stock price. So tingnan nyo nangyari dito is that pababa siya here. Pagdating dito ng July 14, which is the X date, dito pa lang ay bumaba na siya, no? 345. Pero pagdating dito, on X date ay bumaba pa siya from the last price here. So yung last price dito before it went up was at 326, nasa 308 na ngayon. So it's just finding its level or equilibrium kung tawagin nga ng mga ekonomista, no? It's finding its equilibrium level and it will settle on that. Okay po? Yun po yung stock dividend. Kapareho din po ng cash dividend that it's finding its equilibrium level. Pagdating ng X date, bumababa po yan. So, what happens also to your cost? Wala. It will remain the same. So, if you spent, say, 100,000 pesos in buying this stock, for example lang po, your cost will remain 100,000 pesos. So, if you bought 100,000 shares at 1 peso per share, for example, so 1 peso po yun, di ba? So, magiging 200,000 plus per share. Sabihin na natin 200,000. Hindi magbabago yung cost mo, 100 pa rin yun. So, yung book value mo magiging 50 pesos per share na lang kasi dumami yung shares mo, theoretically speaking. So that was also what happens to the price. Kaya lang, if the company is good, no? So Bulan Masters kasi is a second liner and it's one of the better performing stocks in the index. I would presume if it is a good company, then you would bank on the appreciation of the stock price. So you have more shares and over time, the stock price will rise and in a way, kumita ka. Okay po? Okay po, Rene? Rene CEO, did I answer your question? So let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Ano ba nangyari ngayon? Mukhang nag-decline, ano? Actually, the PSEI declined by 102 points. Yan. It ended at 6727.93 or 107.48 points down 1.57% decline. Okay? On the market summary naman, 121 companies declined, 70 advanced, while 57 remained unchanged. On the all-share index, it also declined by 1.05%, while all the sectoral indices are down. Only the mining is up by 0.91%. The decliners were led by the holding companies at 1.84%, followed by the services at 1.5%. So as for the stocks that we will be reviewing, i-review na natin po ang CLI, ASEN, SMPH, Ali, LTG, VUL, ICT, TEL, BDO, and URC. So if we'll take a look at CLI, ito po yung nag-declare ng stock dividend. Yan po, no? So bearish to sideways actually ang kanyang movement, with nag-reach siya ng resistance level here after the declaration of the stock div, no? And it's now resting on support area. Support area po ito. Yan po. Actually, mukhang nag-break po siya ng support, no? But it's still within the support area. So support area po is at 322, while the resistance level is at 4.07. Now the next support level is here at 2.76. Now when I talk of support and resistance, these are not exact points, but these are areas. So after CLI, then ASEN. Okay, ASEN had a green candlestick today. It continues to move upwards at 880. So the yellow line or the orange line is acting as support. Ito po yung 20-day exponential moving average, nasa 8.50 more or less ang support level niya, while the resistance level is, well, hindi ko ma-place, ano? Maaring ito na yung resistance level niya dahil very thin po yung ating data po dito sa ASEN. Siguro let's place it here. Yan po, sa 320 or 920 to 930 yung kanyang resistance level, but it is very thin. Then after ASEN, SMPH. Okay, SMPH is now bearish kasi for the past few days it had successive red candlesticks and it is actually resting on support, and the next support level nandito na po. Ang abangan po ninyo, sana hindi po umabot dito. Nasa 3270 to 3280 ang support level ni SM or within that vicinity. And after SM, si Ali naman tayo. Okay, Ali is bearish to sideways with actually merong bearish movement eh. Oh. Ito mo siya. Oh. It's resembling a flag actually. Ito po yung support level ni Ali with resistance ay ito po, no? Nasa mga 36.90 to 37 pesos po yung resistance level niya based dito sa trend line po natin, no? And support is this is already support level actually at 35.40 to 35.50. And then LTG or the Lushitan Group. So bearish po ang sentiment ng yan. Okay, bearish pa rin siya. It wanted to recover but it ended still with a red candlestick, although I see this as a weak red candlestick. So hopefully this will bounce, ano? Kasi RSI is already oversold at 19. So talagang ano na to, pa-bounce na po itong LTG group. Actually, kung titingnan po natin yung fundamentals ni LTG, ang presyo niya na binigay po ni BDO Nomura is at 16 pesos and 50 centavos. Yan po yung fundamentals ni LTG Group, ano? So nasa 11.10 po siya ngayon. So that would be an equivalent upside of about 50%. 45 to 50% po yung potential upside ni LTG. Then after LTG, VUL. So natapos na yung suspension nito, no? Ni VUL. Yan. July 1 yung last transaction date niya. So nag-resume siya ng trading today. May backdoor listing. That's why. So ibig sabihin may bumibili. So tingnan natin to. Memorandum of Agreement between Vulcan and the majority stockholders of East Coast Mineral Resources, represented by Hilario G. Pagawitan and Sofia G. Pagawitan. Of the latter subscription, Sofia Pagawitan to, of VMNC arising from an increase in authorized capital stock. On July 1, VIMC entered into a MOA with the majority stockholders of ECMRC, ito siguro bumibili, represented by the HGP Group for the latter subscription of 1.18 billion of VIMC arising from the increase in authorized capital stock. The total subscription consideration of 5.18 billion pesos shall be paid in full in form of cash or assets or shares in ECMRC, subject to a third-party valuation firm's opinion compliant with regulatory requirements. On the same date, the board of directors of the company convened in a special board of directors meeting and unanimously approved the following. Okay. So may backdoor listing to. So eventually, ito po ay yung Vulcan ay bibili ng East Coast Mineral Resources Company Incorporated. Yan po ibig sabihin ng backdoor listing. So yung Vulcan magiging East Coast na eventually. So that's why hinold yung news, ano? Kasi nga to prevent speculation. So it closed 9 centavos higher, but it went as high as 275 at one point. So yan po si Vulcan. Right now ay nasa, I think this is in the resistance level already. Yung 2.83 po is resistance level. The next resistance level nandito po. So 383 to 3 or to 4 pesos po next resistance level. However, the support level ay nandito pa rin sa somewhere here in this area at 2 pesos. Yan po si Vulcan. And then ICT. Okay, ICT had a red engulfing or solid red candlestick, which may not be good after all, ano? Pero hopefully mag-bounce po siya dito. Ang yellow line po is acting as support right now. So tomorrow, let's see what will happen. Bullish pa rin po si ICT when it comes to the technicals. The EMA20 is acting as support at 161 to 161.20. Then after ICT, we have TEL. I think nasa baba rin si TEL. Bumagsak din to. Yeah. And it is also at support level at 12.60, losing 6 pesos. But the next support level ay nandito na po sa 12.38. But TEL actually is a good company. And yung tunay na presyo niya is nasa 1,600, 1,600 pesos. Yung tunay na presyo niya based on fundamentals. So tingnan natin po ano bang upside ni PLDT. It's about 26%. Yan po yung upside ni PLDT. 26 to 27%. So after TEL, we have BDO, which I think nag-bounce to. Hindi, bumaba pa. It went down to 2 pesos. So, nasa support level na po si BDO. MAP50 is acting as support. No? 105.73. 109.50. Yeah, it's at 109.50. MA50 is 110. Pointer pala yung may problema dito. MA50 is 110 and this is acting as support. With resistance, the nearest would be here at 115. Then, finally, we have URC. URC is another good company na maganda yung upside, ano? Kasi yung upside po niya ay about 24 to 25% with a target price of 175 based on fundamentals. Pero 135.20. Naku, ano na to? Talagang napaka-cheap na itong URC. At kung makikita natin, yung next resistance or support level ay nasa 128 pesos na po or within that area. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market. Kalahating buwan ng July. Ito po si Benji Chodoro reminding you, mag-ingat sa COVID at sa mga scam. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik at hanggang sa muli. God bless and bye for now.